Hey there, Rosita League. I've been getting a lot of questions about how to go about taking part in mock drafts. These are known as practice drafts. And so this tutorial I'm going to present will hopefully help you out with that. And you can do it two ways, via the website or through the smartphone app. I'll go more into the website in this particular video, but for those of you who want to try it out on the smartphone app, I'll show an image right now. There on the screen is the mock draft link that is circled. So go ahead and try that out. But for all intents and purposes, the best way to go about the mock draft is through the website. So I will show you how to do that here. At the top of our Rosita League website, you'll see a series of links on this particular tab over here. You're going to want to click Live Draft Lobby. So I'll select that right now. Now this is very important. You'll see two tabs over here. One that says Mock Draft and one that says Live Draft. It's currently in Live Draft, and that's not where you want to be, because that's actually joining an actual ESPN Fantasy Football League. You do not want to do that. So you want to click Mock Draft, which is this tab over here. After you click that, you'll see a list of draft rooms that are available for you to join. I suggest, well, first off, ignore the ones that say auction. That's a totally different type of league. You want to go for one that says PPR and one that comes close to a 16-team league. Now, I don't see any 16-team leagues here, so I'll go ahead and click the Oakland 14-team PPR mock. And it is a snake draft. So to join this league, you're going to see the blue link over here, join this league. Okay, this seems pretty straightforward. So I'll click that. And there we go, Team Woo, that's me. I've been put into slot number 1 for this particular draft. Okay. And it starts in a minute 27, so I'll skip over that. Okay, it's just a few seconds away from starting, so let's see what happens here. The draft starts in 0 seconds, so we should be seeing something happen. It says this page updates automatically, no need to refresh. Okay, so I'm not refreshing. Y'all hear that? You heard the ESPN Sports Center jingle sound, whatever that is, and then it says your league is ready to draft. So click Launch Draft. And that opens the mock drafting interface. You'll notice that this is very similar to how our actual draft looks. So I am the first one picking in round 1, and so far there are no other. There is one team over here, Team Baker, that is that's also participating. All the other ones are just going to be auto-picked. And being that this is a snake draft, I have the first pick in round 1 and the last pick in round 2, and also the first pick in round 3, last pick in round 4, etc., etc. Okay, so the draft begins in a minute 39 seconds. We'll skip over this wait. But as we're waiting, I'll go ahead and show you how the interface looks here. You'll see that the players are ranked according to how they are ranked on the ESPN list. And so David Johnson, the running back in Arizona, is number 1. Le'Veon Bell is currently number 2. If you were picking, then the one at the top of the list would go to your team first, basically. You can show only quarterbacks. So Aaron Rodgers is ranked 35 overall, but he is the top quarterback on the list. Brady is number 2. He's 49th overall. So I'll go back to all. You can also filter it through actual NFL teams. Like if you want to check out only Arizona, you can click that. The draft begins in 5 seconds. 4, 3, okay. So I have the first pick. So here's... Okay. It shows that I have about 40 plus seconds to choose who I'm going to select. In our actual Rosita League draft, we have 90 seconds per pick, so you have more time to think it over. But I'm going to select David Johnson at number 1 overall for now. So to do that, you select him, make sure he's up here, and then you click Draft Player. So he's now on my fake fantasy team right now. Now it's so teams 2 through 4 were auto picking, of course, and now Team Baker is picking right now. Let's see how he does. A wide receiver. Again, this is the end of round 1 over here. It's going to start round 2 because this is a snake draft. And I have the first one overall. I have the last pick in round 2 and the first pick in round 3, as you'll see over here. So let's see how. I'm just going to pick the top person on the list. I'm not showing any of my strategy. I'm not giving any of that away. But let's see who I end up with at the 28th pick overall and the 29th pick overall. Team Baker is choosing right now. Let's see what he comes up with. Over here on the right side, you'll see that we have my team. Of course, I only have one person that's been drafted so far. And then a whole bunch of bench slots. BE stands for bench. Now, we don't have as many bench slots in the Rosita League. We only have 5 altogether. This one has 7. That's a lot. It is my pick. I have the next 2 picks, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and select. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Lamar Miller. So here he is over here. I'm going to draft that player. And again, I have the next pick since I have the first pick in round 3. And, Jarvis Landry of Miami, wide receiver. Okay. Selected, and then click Draft Player. As you're drafting, you have the opportunity to select other teams to see how they're up to. So let's see what Team Baker is doing on his roster. He has AP, and then Odell, and Demaryius Thomas at wide receiver. He's actually doing pretty well. So it looks like he knows what he's doing. Usually you just keep it at your team over here. It takes maybe a little bit of practice to do this, and that's why I suggest going through mock drafts or practice drafts so you can test out the interface and also look at some of the other intricacies of how the interface works. One thing I actually suggest is that you show. Over here you see a button that says Show Unavailable. If you click that, you can see who's been picked already, but you'll see it in relation to how they were ranked originally. You can turn that on and off. It's my pick already, huh? And then just to see, who's not picked already and whatnot, but you can turn that button off. I'll go ahead and pick the next 2 here. Let me make sure I'm scrolled to the top of that list. Drew Brees. You know what? I don't know if I want to pick a quarterback this early. That's a tough one. Well, I'm going to go ahead and select Mark Ingram. Okay, I'm running out of time, 9 seconds. But I'm going to select Mark Ingram. Okay. See, I'm bypassing Drew Brees even though he's ranked up there. And well, let's see who's available here. This is not my strategy, by the way. I have a very intricate way of drafting, but just kind of off the cuff here. I have 24 seconds to figure out who I'm going to draft here. I really don't want to pick a quarterback this early when I can see we have Bilal Powell and Ty Montgomery. These people could come into play easily. It's Bilal Powell time. Look at that depth here. Here we go. David Johnson at running back, Lamar Miller at running back, and Bilal Powell as the backup running back, and who could come into play for your bye weeks. That's actually pretty good. And, you know, Drew Brees is already off the list. Anyway, so this should give you a good idea of how to do mock drafting. And if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know.
I'm growing old, I can lose control.